It's Clash Vooar from their new album. Beautiful. And while listening to that, Dan from the band is here with us, who is the drummer in Clash Vooar. Dan, you were saying, when you sent that off to be mixed and mastered, it came back a little bit different.
Indeed. We sent it off to a chap who David knows called Keith Angel, who plays with a band called the Angel Brothers. And he's in Yorkshire and has worked with some fairly esteemed people. And he's a great percussionist. And when he sent back the mix, it was absolutely bristling with percussion. It had cowbells, congas, timbales, everything chucked in there. But it sounded great. But I was concerned that maybe the whole album was going to end up sounding like Santana. So we did write to him very politely, asking him to desist from quite so much percussion.
Yeah, but
he did put a couple of tiny bits on the rest of it. There's a shaker here and there, I noticed. But it's great. It's a great job, and on Manannan it sounds terrific. So we'll run with that.
Well, there's something really lovely about that, because he was clearly so kind of immersed in it and excited by it that he wanted to be part of it.
I think that's it. It's such a nice groove as a percussionist or a drummer.
Yeah.
You do want to play along with it. Yeah. Which is gratifying in itself.
Yeah. It is as well. And I was saying, Ellen, there's some interesting sounds on there as well. And I thought there was a synth sound, so I turned to Rob and said, "Oh, interesting synth sound that." Not at all.
No, it's Dave on the guitar, unusually.
Usually playing bass.
Yeah.
But finding interesting sounds on the guitar. We've talked about, obviously, the Manx language, and I am very, very happy to say that this beautiful booklet with the design by Bruno Kavlek on there, you've put the lyrics in, but you've also put the English in.
Yeah. The rest of the band actually asked for that. Those of them that don't speak Manx said they'd quite like to know what some of the songs were about.
And it's great, because as someone who's very much a learner, I was listening to it in the car thinking, oh, come on, Christy, you must know some of this. But now I can go back.
Absolutely.
And actually, so it could be a learning tool.
Yeah. That word that when you were telling us to come in earlier, and I said,
I've forgotten it already.
tar, you'll find that features heavily in Tehi Tegi.
Oh, okay then. Which Tegi in itself is a folklore, isn't it? It's a story. Tell us about that.
She was a Manx witch, maybe, who apparently lured all the men of a village to their deaths in a river, and then turned into either a wren or a bat, depending on the story, and flew away.
Wow. We do have some dark fairy tales, don't we?
I'm sure there was a good reason.
I'm sure there was. Yeah, I'm sure there was. So I'm going to ask a really basic question here, Rob, but I'm just intrigued. What is your favourite song on the album and why?
I actually like Tay the best.
Oh, well, that worked well then, didn't it?
I don't know why. It's, I get to sing in it, which is always nice to sing. And, I just like it. It's got quite a intricate repeated chord sequence in it as well, which is fun to play. The challenge of playing and singing that at the same time is sort of, it's a good challenge. A good mental challenge. So yeah.
And you say playing because, of course, there is this gig. There's the album launch, which sadly is sold out. It's at the end of the month, isn't it? So unfortunately sold out. But do you have lots of kit for that then? Do you have like a little console in front of you with all the different bits?
I have, yes, sound effects and pedals and all sorts, so I can press buttons to make sounds come out and to adjust the sound of what I'm playing quite extensively. So yes, try to avoid sounding like what I'm actually making, if you know what I mean.
Oh, I love that. It's going to be a great night. So those of you who have tickets, I'm sure it's going to be brilliant. But there are going to be other gigs, aren't there, Aalin? So if people don't have tickets for that.
Yes, it's difficult with Jack, our keyboard player, being away at uni. So we have quite small windows of opportunity for gigging. But we'll probably try and slip another one in at Easter somewhere, but not quite sure where yet, a pop-up one. And then I think we've got one for Black Dog in Crunyect Week. We've got down on the Deep South stage in the summer. And we've got a few lined up.
And we should mention Jack, really, because, of course, we mentioned that we did sadly lose Anglin in 2020. And so Jack, who is Dave's grandson,
that's right,
has stepped in, which they are big shoes to fill, but he's put his own slant on it, hasn't he?
He has,
really sort of run with it.
Yeah. And he's, although he's a lot younger than us, he's fits in great, doesn't he? And, he's very adaptable.
Yeah.